everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Love Me Workshop. Tonight I want to talk about something that's been like really serious to me, something close to my heart. This is a struggle I've been through for the past 14 years. It began to amplify even more within the past 6 years, and even more so in the last 3 years. This is about my daughter, one of my children, my last daughter. She was born a little early at 36 weeks. She came out quite healthy, kicking, screaming, latched on right away. I breastfed for a year, but she was very needy, always needy from day one. And the pregnancy was kind of difficult with her. I remember there were days like I couldn't go anywhere without a bucket nearby because I was just thrown up so much. Eventually, I developed what is known as preeclampsia, which is where your blood pressure, the pregnancy causes your blood pressure to spike. And I had to be induced because I was spilling so much protein in my urine that it was unsafe for both me and the baby. So it was a very challenging pregnancy, challenging birth, and I'm still being challenged 14 years later. Since then, she has been just a very smart girl, I will tell you that. Very bright, very articulate, but she's always struggled with behavioral issues. Part of it really began to become apparent when she was 10, and that's when she started developing the anger fits and like trash in my home, like destroying furniture. And even though that's something that she still does, right now she has a hole in her wall. She's become physically violent with me and her sister. She's been hospitalized so many times. This year alone, it's been 7 times that she's been in the hospital. It is November 1st. So between January 1st and now, she's been in a psychiatric hospital 7 times. And I have not been able to find anyone who would diagnose her appropriately. Now, I'm a clinician. I'm an LPC. I am very familiar with the terms and the different disorders and what have you. I'm sorry, this is just something that's very hard for me. I've wanted to do this for so long. I thought about many things that actually prevented me from making this video, but I realized how important it was because here I am. I'm literally fighting for my child's life. I'm fighting for my life in a sense because I feel like my life has been held hostage, mainly in part due to her illness. But so far, we have not been able to secure a diagnosis that would be in line with her symptoms and what I've observed as her mother, mainly because she masks so well. So when she's in the a professional setting, she's not going to display the behaviors like she does at home. So here it is, years later, I'm fighting for my child. I have a child who is constantly depressed, who is angry, who is suicidal, who just doesn't know whether she's coming or going, and there's nothing that myself or anyone can do to help her. And like I said, I went back and forth in doing this video because I want to protect her privacy and also that of my family's, but at the same time, I'm sharing this because I feel like there's someone out there who this may help, someone who may benefit from my experience, someone who could actually help me in what I'm going through. As it is right now, we just completed the neuropsych evaluation, and we are waiting for the full report. This has been since July. Now, I want to talk about the lack of services that are available to kids who are struggling with mental illnesses and the lack of supports for parents, and also how the system kind of turns it around and villainizes the parents to make it look like it's their fault that everything is happening. When we do ask for help, it's as if, our needs are not being met because there's really, a lack of resources, and that's what it all boils down to. I've been threatened with jail time. I have had interactions with the Department of Children and Families at least 3 occasions that I can think of, all surrounding the care of my child. I've reached out to them. I've cried and begged for them to take her because at one point I wasn't sure if I could even manage her. I was feeling like unsafe with her. I was feeling unsafe for her. And I just didn't know what to do. I felt like my back was against the wall. So I'm going to be doing a series of videos surrounding this topic. Really, this is fighting for my child. I want her to be able to be capable of living the best version of her life and to experience life in its fullness. But without the appropriate diagnosis, we really have not been able to do much. Of course, every child who displays some kind of behaviors, they give an initial diagnosis of anxiety or ADHD. To me, that's like a lazy blanket diagnosis. It's usually the manifestation of something that's greater in there, something that's more deep. I waited 1 year, so I scheduled her neuropsych evaluation, and this is the second one that she's had, by the way. At some point, I'm going to get into another topic about evaluations, but I was not pleased with the first one. So I waited 1 whole year for that evaluation to become available. She did it in July. Today is November 1st, and we still have not gotten a report. Since then, she's been in the hospital twice, and we've had the behaviors. We don't have services right now because we are waiting for the diagnosis to try to see if we could get her to something more targeted for her. At this point, my family, we decided if it is possible, we're going to go residential. I don't want to have my child living outside of the home, but at this stage, we feel like it might be best for her and for the family if she were to function outside of the home. So everything is like stagnant right now. As I record this, she's in the hospital again due to her suicidal thoughts and depression. So they are waiting for this evaluation before anything can be done. And that's what this whole entire experience has been for me and my family. It's just waiting, a lot of waiting. And I'm hoping that at some point there will be an end to this wait, because while we're waiting, like, it's like she's deteriorating. She's like, Mom, I'm can't you see? I'm like losing myself right before your eyes. And that hurts me as her mother, that I really can't do any more than what we're already doing. So I'm going to be doing more videos talking about the subject, children with mental illnesses. And I would like to say my daughter is my number one inspiration. She's the one who inspired me to become a counselor. She's the one who inspired me to start the Love Me Workshop for girls and young women dealing with self-esteem issues, self-love, and learning how to see the value in themselves, because that's something that we struggle with, and that's something I am continuously trying to teach her to do. So go ahead, like, subscribe, share, and watch this space, because as we journey in my daughter's treatment and rehabilitation, I'm definitely going to be doing more videos. So stay tuned. Like I said, next week next time we'll go into some more in-depth discussion about my experiences and what I've gone through, some tips. Definitely keeping your documentation, keeping your notes. I'm going to share the binder. I've been told by one of the doctors, and he said, when you see the parents with the books, those are the ones you really have to worry about. Yeah, that means we're on top of our stuff. So don't play with us, don't play with our children, because we will come for you. And we have every single piece of paper to substantiate what it is we're trying to say. So yeah, I will definitely be watching this space for your comments. If you have any questions, if any of you are struggling with any of your kids, just reach out to me and let's chat. All right, love.